high as possible on his hips, okay? So I need to get him, the first thing is I need to get him broken down. So I'm pulling with my legs, and I basically want to be, you know, somewhere around like this. So I've got to try and get his arm, I want him down, and I want his elbow in the middle, right? So if he's got his hands on my biceps, for example, yeah, he's got his hands on my biceps. What I'm trying to do is get this arm into the middle, okay? So that's the first thing, elbow to the middle. The next thing that we've got to be able to do here is basically control his shoulder. It's basically control his shoulder. Now with these arm positions at the beginning, so that's the next step. Let me just, yeah, so all hands on the biceps. Yeah, so I can feed to get this across, tricep, head. And the reason that I need to get the head is because I need to be able to get my hips as near to his shoulder, like almost at all times as possible. So if I don't control Matt's head, the problem I'm always going to have with the arm lock is is this sort of transition to try and lock his shoulder in. Right? Does that make sense? So that's what I'm gonna struggle with. So I need to be able to keep that head down because it helps pin his shoulder. The next thing that we're going to do in this, he calls this the top lock, is I want to basically have what's called, he calls asymmetrical legs. So it's basically the movement is to get to like this. And I can cross the feet as well. So try and pull out, Matt. Right? It's pretty difficult at this point for him to move out. So I'm not going to do too many steps with this, because if you can get to this position, we'll kind of go from here. This is the controlling position. But notice again, this leg is in the wedge. This is like the underhook again. It's like the underhook. So yeah, this is basically this is kind of pretty key. It's all the same kind of formation. So just doing it again. He's going to start with his hands on my biceps, right? And all I'm really doing to begin is I'm catching his hand and getting this and pulling it to the middle. That's step one. Yeah. So it's a pretty simple formation there, and then from here I'm basically going to switch to this. And the way I do it is, it's like I'm retracting this up to my shoulder on this side. So it's like I touch my shoulder, and I just sit. Can you move now? Right, it's pretty difficult for him to get out here. Yeah, so let's just get to this position to begin with. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, one more please.
So the hands, all I'm really doing, and there's a lot there's loads of things you can go into once you get that grip of this hand. This hand's quite difficult to get out onto my elbow, right? But so there's stuff we can do there. But basically for now, we're just doing this, and then I'm switching on here. My leg is going to the back, and I'm getting his head. And this, like, if he's burrowing in, I may need to go quite high. Like, the higher you go with your left knee in this example, so this is asymmetrical legs, because this leg isn't really extending. No, sorry, it isn't retracting. It's kind of It's kind of like extending, really. This one is retracting, and I lock this shoulder in, so he can't extend. Do we get that? Yeah. Let's give it a go. Have you got your camera as well? Your camera? Because this is how we're gonna get better, faster. Is fixing all the little bits, even if we miss something.